This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. We had some big guests today, like the Premier of our state, Roger Cook, joined us for the first time.
That was good. Ant Middleton, he's got a new show out, $1 Million Island. We get to chat to him about that.
Yeah, just shooting the breeze with comedian Tony Martin was great. And also, we were just buzzing on the fact that we were included on a very important list. The accolades are mind-blowing.
Oh, I mean, it's better than winning an award, isn't it?
It's really good.
Nathan, Nat and Sean.
On Nova 937.
It's 6:05. Nathan, Nat and Sean, happy Monday. Or for us, happy Go to Canberra Day.
God, we're off today.
All that's standing in between us and Canberra is one Qantas flight. Let's see how that goes.
You guys packed yet, by the way?
Mostly.
No.
I have to do it when the dog's not looking because he gets too sad.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he really...
He knows you're going.
Yeah. He gets really, really disappointed in me. So I have to,
I'm used to that look on Rex's face every day, so nothing new.
Have you not packed yet?
Nah.
What are you going to wear?
Probably some jeans to the dinner.
Yeah, nice.
I might get myself a shirt at some stage.
Like a button-up.
Get yourself
I'm wearing
a shirt.
a light sweater.
Oh, lovely.
Controversial.
Because I want to be able to turn my head and talk to people at dinner. And
yeah.
I cannot do that in a collared shirt, everybody.
That's true. He can't do that.
It's like I've got a back brace on.
I'm wearing a dress, so...
It is so true. I know we talk about it a lot with your neck, by the way, but it's amazing what happens when you wear a collared shirt / tie.
So those people that have had those steel rods put in their spines, and then someone turns and you have to turn your whole torso.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're not even joking.
I want to have a free moving torso.
Oh, do you? You want your neck and your torso to move independent of one another?
Just in case the Prime Minister throws something at me, like, let's play Twister. We could. It's at his house. We don't know what they do. We don't know what him and Jodie do.
We have game nights at
our
house.
What the after-dinner entertainment is. We'll be able to report back in a couple of days.
I am Twister ready.
So we head there today. We're dining with the PM tomorrow, unless there's a national crisis, in which case, then we're just in Canberra.
If that's the case, do we just order a pizza and eat it at the front of his house?
Pretty much.
I think so.
Shivering.
On the show today, though, we're going to meet the brand new Premier. Roger Cook's going to join us.
Yeah, pretty good.
Find out what he's about.
Yeah, Ant Middleton's going to tell us all about $1 Million Island.
It looks like it's a free-for-all Lord of the Flies kind of thing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is there 2 teams to start with, though?
Don't know.
I don't know, but about time a reality show incorporates murder of murdering each other. Yeah. We're not that far away from it.
I know. It's only a matter of time. And Tony Martin's going to be joining us before 7 o'clock. He's on Have You Been Paying Attention tonight?
Cool,
if you would like to go to Lewis Capaldi, there is a thing called Cluis for Lewis happening a little bit later on. You'll have some fun with that.
Have you checked out WhatIf.com's top 10 winter weekenders yet?
How good's a what if tip?
Fremantle's in there, Darwin, Bendigo, Airlie Beach. Book your winter getaway on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Oh, by the way, did you read that article that Sacha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher are leaving Perth?
Are they
I
going
didn't
to
even know
London?
they were still here.
I know.
Are they
They're not still here. I know that I'm not probably going to see them, but
No,
you
they're
would
not
have
still
thought.
here.
No.
Yeah.
No. It said that they were still here, but that was referring to their time back when they were living
Like a
here.
year
They're
ago.
They're not here now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to say, because I haven't seen them. Not like they're hanging out at my house.
No, but if that we would be hearing it when they were here. We were hearing about their every movement, so we would know.
When I swim down at Claremont, when we were down there swimming, the lady was telling me that she was giving Sacha swimming lessons.
Yeah, right.
Because they got involved with the surf club down here.
Doing nippers and stuff.
Yeah, and he wanted to learn how to swim. So she was teaching him how to swim. That was amazing.
Maybe become a member of the swim club first.
Yeah.
Before you start
Before you
tackling
throw
the
yourself
surf
out there.
club. Which, strangely enough, brings us to this. If you are well known in Perth, you are called a personality. And it's not a title to really...
No, because it means you're like
famous,
big
only in
Perth.
It's true.
And that's not that big at all. And we can say that with some authority.
Because the ultimate list of the Perthiest personalities, Bell Tower Times, Kate Walsh, Tony Galati and more. Let's go through the list. So the mystery person behind the Bell Towers,
we don't know.
no one who is it is.
I know, but they do a great job.
Yeah.
Well done, Bell Tower Times.
Lawrence Escalante, he's our very own local billionaire.
He's the one with the Lamborghinis that got crashed into one another.
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay.
Really nice guy. So and he's the one that bought that $7.5 million South Perth apartment, remember, when that made the news?
I mean,
Why
now
wouldn't
that
you?
seems cheap.
Doesn't it? That is a bargain. Wonder what the strata
good.
fees on that would be. That'd be insane.
God, it'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Tony Gallardi.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Of course. There was Rick Arden and Susanna Carr. Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, they're
Guinness-
pretty Perthy personalities.
And Guinness record holders. Troy McCarthy.
It's a weird list.
How's it on the list? Because
Well,
Troy McCarthy's a bikie, by the way, if people don't know.
How was it a list?
no, how is he on the list?
Oh, okay, right.
Well, because he's one of the Perthiest.
He's
one of the
personality.
Perthiest Perthans, is what they're looking for.
Morning, Troy.
Mark McGowan, of course.
Okay, that's a no-brainer.
Yep. John Hughes, legend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Wonder if he wants to stop working ever.
No, the answer's no.
Because he
The
could
answer's no.
could afford to if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff. Kate Walsh.
Oh, yes. Perth zone.
Now Kate. Gina Reinhart.
Yeah.
Basil.
Gina
Of
was
course,
West
our Lord
Australian
Mayor.
of the Year the last week.
Yes.
West
We got Ben
Australian.
Cousins. We got Fat Cat. We got Daniel Ricciardo. We got Sophia and Troy Barbagallo, Justin Langer, Joel Creasy, Rove McManus, John Kizon. It's a bit of fun, isn't he? That's a good guy.
Yep.
Heath Ledger.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And, weirdly enough, Nathan, Nat and Sean.
The Perthiest personalities of them all, some might say.
They are the Perthiest Perth people.
Are we between Troy McCanny and John Kizon? Or where do we fit into the list?
We are between Tony Gallardi, because I said in no particular order.
Okay.
Tony Gallardi and Rick Arden and Susanna Carr. Actually,
Oh.
a nice spot to be in.
Isn't it? Yeah,
Lovely.
we'll take that.
I like to be the meat in that sandwich.
Yes.
The Heath Ledger,
It's an interesting choice.
I know.
he's not here.
I mean, we love Heath.
That's a posthumous.
Yes.
but
like,
why do you
award
give
title.
Yeah, but he
Yes.
won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
That was like a long time ago.
Posthumously as well.
Wow, are you saying you want him off the list?
He shouldn't be on the list.
and is that coming from someone who should be on the list?
He shouldn't be on the list.
We
I tell you what.
deserve
What are you
to be on
talking
that
about?
list.
Can we just point out there's an overrepresentation of McManuses on this list?
Oh, no,
It's
right.
right,
Jeez,
two.
yeah,
Two
okay.
of you.
Ooh,
You're right.
Jesus.
My family's let
my
me down.
God.
Where are
Yeah.
you, Meg? Where are
Only
you,
one
Carly?
lock.
Like, where's my cousins?
Mate, you've got your own parks around Eastern Manor. What more do you want, buddy?
That's true. Big deal in Eastern
Anyway,
Realm.
it's a real honour, to be honest.
Yep. We didn't get anything for it. It's not
No.
exactly the King's birthday honours or anything,
Well,
but
it says the hilarious trio that have been rocking the airways since 2009. That's when we became a team
Yes.
with Sean. Whoever thought putting an ex-Big Brother contestant, a country girl, and a former Fremantle docker together would work is absolute genius. These three have become radio royalty. Oh. And the best company on a morning drive to work.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Isn't that right, country girl?
Oh, that was lovely.
Isn't that right, country girl?
yeehaw.
I reckon on my grave it'll have ex-Big Brother contestant. It'll be written on my headstone.
Yeah, we're going to arrange it.
And
for
it'll
sure.
be, it's time to go, Nathan.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Have You Been Paying Attention is on tonight at 8:40 on Channel 10 and 10 Play. And one man who every time he's on there just blows us away with his in-depth knowledge of pop culture and what's going on in the world. Tony Martin, good morning.
Good morning. That's very polite. What you wanted to say is one man who never gets any of the answers right.
Yeah, no clue. You've got no clue, Tony.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because some people walk through life not collecting one bit of pop culture reference.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
And that man is
happens.
Tony Martin. How are you, Tony?
Not too bad. We got through another one. The very first time I was on that show,
Yeah.
I actually got 4 answers correct, and because the show always runs over, they have to cut some out. They cut 3 of them out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's against brand if you're getting things
terrible.
right.
There's no
I
balance
got one
there, Tony.
right, and then the internet just went mad. They said, "Okay, you've got to break that record. You've got to get none right." So people are always furious if I get even one correct.
How long, Tony, when you're doing the show, how long does it take to get through and record for?
Well, I think it takes. Sometimes it takes a couple of hours, and then I don't know what an hour of commercial TV is. It's like, is it 45 minutes?
Something
so
like that,
a lot has to be cut out, but a lot of it will just be Sam Pang arguing with Denise Scott for 8 minutes. So,
I pay
that
money
has
to see
go.
Are you spewing?
And then there's always a number of just completely defamatory comments
Yes.
that are just thrown in to make the audience laugh. and everyone knows that they're going to be cut out. But then occasionally one of them will make it through. Like, I remember one time Eddie Perfect had won a Tony Award, and they said, some good news for Eddie Perfect this week. What happened? And I said, did Tim Minchin die? And I've ggot that's just to make the crew laugh. And they left it in.
Well, that's funny.
That is funny.
The best thing about doing radio, and we've seen when we've compared to doing TV, is there's no takes on this show.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, literally, you say it, it's done, it's out there. There's no taking it back.
No, well, I mean, it's a long time since I did breakfast radio, but we had a delay. Do you have a delay?
Yeah, we do. 8 seconds.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can only use it once.
I know,
then
Don't tell
it
people.
takes like another 2 hours for it to catch up again.
That's why we always want. Like,
we do panic a bit.
I think a lot of punters don't realise if you want to swear on the radio, get your friend to ring up, swear first, and then you be like the next call because we can't do anything about
right.
it.
Yeah, you have to have a friend coming on immediately afterwards.
Hey, Tony, we today are flying out to Canberra to have a private dinner with the Prime Minister at the Lodge.
Really? How did that? Did he win a competition?
13, 24, 10.
Dinner with Nathan, Nat and Sean. Yeah, we're such a huge deal here. Just made the personality list.
Yeah.
No, we just sort of said to him, because he's been popping in here recently, quite a bit. We're getting to know him. We just talked about how we're enraged that we've never been invited over. And next day, his people rang with dates, and we're going to the Lodge.
We can't believe it either.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Like, are you going to steal something? What's your plan?
Well, you'd want to hope so.
I just
wouldn't you?
wonder-
Some knives and forks.
It's
or
not
something?
stealing, it's souveniring.
But also-
and we're taxpayers,
we're
so
paid
we're
for it too.
entitled, you know?
I just don't know, because the security guards, I reckon they'll have a few more on. Just because they'll be... It's one of those things. I wonder if you get up and leave the table to go to the toilet, if someone's going to follow you
I
in
hope
case
so.
you duck off into his bedroom and look through his jock drawer, which I'm doing.
Exactly. Will they go, will there be a security... Will you guys be being profiled right now?
Yes.
Will they
no
be going
doubt.
through your
Yes.
past?
Yes. Well, we expect so.
Do you reckon you'll get
Hang on.
frisked?
These guys did a gotcha call 3 years ago. I don't trust them.
Yeah, gotcha call. Gotcha call.
You can only hope you get frisked, Nath, on the
Yeah,
way in.
that's right.
That'd be some
Bit of
good-
physical contact.
Yeah, a bit of physical contact. That'd go down pretty well. Tony, we're also wondering, we're going to Canberra. I haven't been to Canberra since I was 15,
Never been.
But Parliament House, could we be bothered going through Parliament House? I'm sure you would have been through there at some stage.
We've been offered a tour.
I've never been there.
Oh.
I did. Well, I've never been to Parliament House, but I did a show at the Canberra Comedy Festival last year.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd performed there since 1994.
Jesus.
And it wasn't until I did that show that I remembered that the previous time I'd been there in 1994, I'd been stabbed in the back.
What do you mean?
I'd done a gig at a place called Tuggies.
Tuggies?
It was a gig. It was a show. Me and Mick Malloy did a show at a place called Tuggies in Tuggeranong.
Yeah.
And I was literally stabbed in the back by someone with a pen after the show.
I thought it was someone betrayed you, but no, you were literally stabbed.
Literally stabbed in the back.
No, it was like we were sort of being, signing autographs and we weren't signing them fast enough. And I just felt this pain in the back.
Yeah,
and then
signing them fast
someone
enough.
goes, I think that person tried to stab you in the back with a pen. And then when I got back to the hotel, it was like my shirt was just completely covered in blood, and I'd literally been stabbed.
Are you joking?
And then I remember thinking, well, at least it's a classy stabbing. They've used a pen.
Yeah. I mean, was it a fountain pen? Because that'd be super classy.
Did you have to get a stitch in there, Tony, or was it just...
I had to get a couple of stitches, I think. I've still got scarred there. And I'm thinking, well, it certainly disproves that, it proves the pen is mightier than the sword.
Jeez, lucky they didn't use a Sharpie. You would have been taking intensive care. That's insane.
Okay. That's...
the last time I was in Canberra was 2002 at Christmas time, and we did a Christmas concert after Big Brother with Delta Goodrum.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's the high.
Who was having the low point in their career at that point?
I know. And I had to sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and and none of us knew the
No
words.
training.
So all of us had them written on our hands. So the whole time you could just see us all reading our hands.
And will you be attempting a similar thing with the Prime Minister? Because
yes,
surely you've got to get... I mean, on radio, the requirement is to get a lot of television made. That's the thing I discovered working on radio last year. You've got to get a lot of clips.
Yep.
So you've got to get the Prime Minister doing some sort of dance.
Yes.
Do you think you can do that? Maybe the one from David Brent's office dance?
Yes.
Do you think you can get him
And
to
then
do
we'll
that?
put it on the TikTok, Tone.
The kids will love it, Tony.
You're full of advice for a man with no mobile phone, aren't you?
Well, that's the thing, because I was actually on the Nova Breakfast Show in Melbourne here for 7 years up until the end of last year with Chrissy Sam Brownie, and I hadn't done breakfast for about 30 years before that, and I was just amazed how much time we spent filming clips.
Yes.
And I'm going, wow, in my day, radio was just mostly audio-based.
Talking on the radio.
Yeah. Hey, Tony,
And I'm going, we're making a television show every morning.
Tony, you're still staying away from all the mod cons, like the mobile phones and all
Yeah,
that?
I'm speaking on a landline. It never drops out. It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's clear.
Is it
Yeah, I am
cordless?
the last person without a mobile phone, and I've got a fax machine. Don't seem to get many faxes.
Hey, Tony, when we first started here 20 years ago, we would do a competition because there was no technology around to assist in this. We would do a competition where people would fax us photos of things.
Oh, really?
So
I remember. Here's an exclusive. I don't think I've ever revealed this before.
Oh, okay.
When we were doing Martin Malloy back in the 90s,
Loved it.
we made some Totty Goldsmith.
Yes.
We made some joke about her breasts. It was an earlier time. And about 5 minutes later, she faxed them to us. Our producer's running around. Look what Totty Goldsmith just sent us. She obviously had access to a photocopier and then popped them in the fax.
And the fax machine.
By the way,
Closing the lid's always hard.
what was with fax machine paper? It was
It's always different,
It was on
wasn't
a
it?
roll, so shiny, and the ink would wipe straight off when you touched it. Why was
And
that
it faded
the choice?
really fast. Yeah.
So weird.
It was very shiny. It was like when you went to a very cheap motel that, when you get really shiny toilet
paper.
You go, this hasn't been thought through.
and then you go to pull it off the roll, and it flings back like when you're trying to snap a ribbon.
Jeez.
And on that note, Tony, thank you so
I
much.
feel like I've dragged your show into the gutter. I'm sorry.
We're
No,
always
we
in the
start
gutter.
there every morning.
We do that ourselves.
it's actually been elevated, thank you.
You can check out Tony's fine work on Have You Been Paying Attention this evening at 8:40 on Channel 10. It's always a pleasure, Tony. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Take care.
Welcome anytime.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Ali, if the opportunity presents itself while we're at the lodge, what would you like us to put in our pockets?
Oh, what I want you to
Do you want
finger discount.
like a lodge fork or a lodge napkin ring? Would they have napkin rings?
I think you got to go for the. I think you got to go for the art. That's where the money's.
what I
No,
was
we
gonna
can't. That's a
say.
crime.
Yeah.
That's a crime.
Oh,
Because
you gotta
that's
get
These are lent to them from the National Museum. That's
National Gallery. Yeah,
Oh,
you can't
okay.
take that.
That's
That's
gallery.
jealous.
And also, they're like
Well, taxpayers,
expensive,
though.
expensive pieces
You
of
know what I'm
art.
saying?
Yeah.
Like a fork,
I think
$20.
something from the kitchen's probably the thing that people will be okay with.
like a salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah, or perhaps like a
the
little
grater.
I'm thinking they might have like a
grater.
You know those crystal figurines, like the dolphins, the crystal figurines or cats
In the kitchen.
No, I'm just thinking maybe something from the mantle.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
What would you like?
A little bell or something?
A bell.
They would have bells
They'd have a bell.
for the servants to come.
Okay, we've got no idea what the lodge is like, obviously.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Novice, go. It's always worth trying for a bit more. And with McMahon, it pays off. Hit up mcmahon.com.au/careers for the best jobs that give you more benefits.
Right, it's time to play Gimme More with McMahon, and our contestant is the very delightful Peter from Safety Bay. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning.
Hi,
Peter.
I would like you to get some free money, Pete.
Oh, that would be great.
Great.
Hey, Pete, off the top of your head, do you think you'll go all the way today in terms of taking on the questions, or are you happy to get just some money in the bank to kick off?
Oh, I listen every morning and I do okay, but yeah, pressure's on when it's your turn.
I know.
Look,
It is.
You
can do
each
it,
to their
Pete.
own. You make your own decisions, but I would give me more today. That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
Stop trying to sway the
I'm just
result.
saying. I know.
Do we trust Nathan?
I
It's the
know
question you need to
Peter's
ask
soul.
yourself.
She's so intelligent.
Peter, you ready?
It is Monday morning, though.
I know,
Yeah, it is.
right?
It
I
is.
know. Okay. Time for your first question for $100.
Okay.
Which part of the body does an optometrist treat?
Eyes.
That was easy. You've got $100 in your pocket. You can say, give me more and go for $250, or you can take $100 and go. What do you want to do?
Give me more.
That's
Yes.
it.
Cover
Okay.
all of it.
For $250.
250, your question, Peter. Marnus Labuschagne, Dave Warner, and Elise Perry all play which sport?
Cricket?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
$250 is in your hot little hand. Now you can keep that and go. Or you can say, give me more and play for $500. What's it going to be, Pete?
Let's just go all the way.
Yes!
Oh my gosh! Can this be the first time in our show that we've given away $500? Let's see.
I hope so.
Well,
Your question is this. Which former Destiny's Child member is currently touring with her Renaissance tour?
Beyonce.
$500 from McMahon is all yours. Peter, well played.
Yay!
I mean,
There you
it's
go,
pretty good
Pete.
making $500 before 7:30 on a Monday morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I might not even go to work.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Up to tax.
I mean, unless
No
it's something
tax on
really
that.
critical.
Yeah, no, not a critical.
It's that easy, everybody. See, Pete just made it look like a walk in the park. Well played.
God, that's exciting.
I know, isn't it?
First time.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So my son Cooper, he's able to get his driver's license now. He's 17,
Of course.
but he hasn't done the required amount of hours.
Yes,
so
that's
he's
right.
not far off. But one of the things that's holding him back is, number one, where we live in Bigton is a couple hundred. It's about a K or so from school, really, for him to go to school.
It's hard to
bugger all.
clock up your hours when it takes 10 minutes to get everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. So he tries to take the opportunity to drive. So last night we were going to meet our family out in Leeming, go out for dinner all together, and that was an opportunity. He'd get like a solid 20 minutes in the car.
Yeah.
Right.
But the problem is, Megan, my wife, goes off a nut about his driving, and she can't stand being in the car.
Well, as every parent has done since the beginning of L-platers.
But he needs to get the time, so I'm
Yes.
happy to sit in the passenger seat and get him to drive,
Yes.
which we did last
So
night.
you're the calm one.
Yeah.
What
Well,
a terrifying proposition.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, mainly, I guess, I don't know.
Relatively.
For some reason, I'm okay with it, even though he's nearly swerving into a car every 5 seconds. But we have to then chuck Megan sits in the back seat. And she, last night, and every time this has happened, it's just going off her head.
But you know
the
why,
original
though?
backseat driver.
It's so intense.
I think that might be something to do with the genetics of a mother coming out, because she knows that eventually this child's going to drive away from her. So I think that's what it may be in the mix somewhere.
Yeah.
I think she might be angry at him because she knows once Cooper gets his license, and we know Cooper will drive away and never come back.
That is the truth,
Cooper will
mate.
drive through
Exactly.
the ocean to Hollywood, and he will you'll never see him again.
That is
Is
true.
she critical of your driving if she's a passenger to your driving?
Yeah, she reckons everything I do is wrong, but to take that out of the mix, when she's sitting in the back last night, she's just saying constantly, make him pull over, he's got to get out because of his driving. But he was never going to get to the level that he
No.
needs to
Yeah.
be at
You-
unless we're
you only
taking it
learn
on.
by
you know?
doing it.
So
Yeah.
how many hours these days?
Got to do 100 over in
Oh my God!
Vico.
Back in our day, it was like half an hour.
I know.
like
Not
literally
even.
half an hour.
We didn't have to get anything.
Yeah.
You just had to pass the test
Yeah.
and the written test. That's it.
The worst part about it last night too, oldest Lachlan's in the car and he was hung over to the eyeballs, and so every time we took the corner he was in all sorts. So when we got out of the car he went over to this the corner of this car park. I thought he was
Yes.
going to have a spew, but he held on, and then on the way home, before we left the restaurant on the way home, he said, "Dad, can you make sure you drive? I can't
can't
won't be able to
handle
make
it."
home." So yeah, I feel sorry for learning drivers these days. Unless you're in a country town, because you can go out to a
Yes.
paddock and just cut up and go nuts and really learn the skills.
Yeah. Automatic
It doesn't teach you how to drive in traffic, though. Sean.
automatic or manual?
Yes, everyone does automatic these days.
No,
They do.
this is where I will put my foot down as a parent. If you are my child and you were getting a license, it is manual.
I think it's a good skill to have, yeah, no, but no, all manual, all automatic.
All right, well, we look forward to Cooper being on the road.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Joining us now, the host of $1 Million Island, which kicks off tonight on Channel 7 at 7 o'clock. Ant Middleton, hello.
Hello, guys. How are you?
We're wonderful, Ant.
And from your background, right, from you coming from the armed forces and all that sort of stuff, did you ever foresee back in the day that you would be a huge TV star with your own TV shows that you host? It's amazing.
Do you know what? I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. So, it doesn't surprise me because I'm one of these people that I'll jump on any opportunity. You know, I'm always intrigued about different things and, different walks of life. So I'm not surprised at where I am, if I'm being honest.
That's amazing that you're not surprised.
No. Yeah. But I don't look at it like that as well. I don't look at it being a TV star. I don't really, get involved with all that nonsense, if I'm being honest. So I just work, I just get on with life. I do what I enjoy. And TV it sort of naturally fell into my lap. And here I am now hosting $1 Million Island. So, yeah, I don't really think about it.
Well, we're looking forward to it, but I'd imagine, though, when you first got onto TV, I know you were writing books and stuff when you got out, that the boys would have given you a hard time. Oi, look at you on telly now, surely.
Yeah, I just beat them all up. So, it's, no, they do, yeah. It was, yeah, no, of course they do. You get the banter, you get the stick, but, I've learned... I've always done my own thing, really.
Yep.
I've always just done my own thing, not really worried about what other people think, as long as I'm enjoying life and I'm having a good time and I'm, my responsibilities are dealt with. So, we do give each other stick, but, more and more people, it's amazing, really, because I've sort of started a bit of a trend, because now more and more ex-military people, are jumping into the TV world, they're jumping into the, into the literacy world, and they're all growing beards now. So
bunch of copycats.
I do have to say this. I've always said one of my worst nightmares, Ant, would be to be drugged and wake up on a reality show on an island where I have to survive. That would be the worst. And I think that there's a hole in these sort of shows where you do drug up contestants that have publicly said they don't want to do this, and then they have to compete to get off the island.
There's no legal thing that would stand in that way.
No, we do actually. How did you know? We do actually drug them up before we put them. No, we don't know. No.
But imagine that. Imagine the night before you're watching TV, and the next day you've woken up on an island. Your family's all been in, cahoots getting you there. But I could never be on $1 Million Island because it says players were only allowed to bring 10 kilos of luggage on the island, and I'm a massive overpacker. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You definitely wouldn't have survived. And I don't want to actually know what you get up to at a weekend now, because you're talking about getting drugged up, waking up in weird and wonderful places.
Yeah, that's just a Saturday night. And
yeah, exactly.
From what we've seen on the promos, it looks like things get a little bit Lord of the Flies. Like, people are turning on one another. There's, one girl saying, I thought that people would have, principles and ethics about this. Are there no rules to this? What's going on?
Yeah, when there's $1 million at stake, there are no rules, there are no regulations. You have to come up with a game plan, and it's got to be a competitive game plan or a combative game plan. Because you're not just surviving, which is hard enough for a month. Yes. Trust me, it's hardcore enough just to survive. But on top of that, you're battling each other in challenges every single day. So, and these challenges are psychological, physical, emotional. So, in order to win the emotional and sort of psychological games, you have to bring in a sort of a vindictive sort of game plan or a manipulative game plan. This is a game to win, $1 million or up to $1 million. So you've got to come in with a game plan, realizing that. Because, people whinge and moan saying, this is not how humanity's meant to go.
Yes.
But listen, life isn't fair. Life isn't fair. Let's be honest. If you come onto this island and you're playing for $1 million, you're going to have a bit of a game plan behind you.
Absolutely, Anne. So we see that the contestants are wearing these bracelets that say $10,000, right? So obviously, over time, you're able to get bracelets from individuals. Either you beat them in a a challenge.
just beat them up.
right.
Or
Yeah.
wait till they're asleep and cut their arm off with a machete.
So my question is...
Or like you say, drug them up.
Yes, exactly. 10 kilos of Hypnol, that's what you take.
If you were able to collect a whole heap of bracelets, then obviously you're heading towards the finish line. And so the other thing is... multiple people must get the arse on any particular night then, because you've got so many contestants, is that right?
Yeah, you basically what we do, what I do as a host, I spin a wheel.
Yep.
And with each bracelet, there's a number.
Right.
So there's 100 bracelets, 100 numbers. So it lands on the number, and if it lands on your number, the power is in your hands. You get to nominate which 6 or which camp or which 8 people compete in the next challenge, and you can nominate yourself.
Righto.
So you can imagine you've got all the power in your hands, and the person that wins that challenge all of a sudden wins $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 worth of bracelets.
Right.
They become the richest player on the island. And when you're the richest player on the island, you become a target. But if you're the richest player on the island, you cannot be nominated for the next challenge.
Oh,
okay.
So it works in, there's pros and cons to it, but you can imagine, if you're the richest person and you can't be nominated, you get a lot of people that come up and try and form alliances with you and try and be your pal and be all, and then behind your back they're stabbing you behind your back. So it's a fascinating format. The format works so well because when it started, I was a bit like, how the hell is this going to play out? How is it going to work? And then once you get through the first week, you understand the format and how it rolls. And then you can really start strategizing. You can really start forming alliances. You can really start, really bonding with people and coming up with your game plan.
Now, I know the contestants were warned about a lot of things, marine life, what things they can eat and what they can't. And another thing they have to keep their lookout of is wild boars. Which I've never had to deal with in person. No. And if there is the big angry wild boar coming towards you, with all of your training, how are you going to go?
Just jump on it and ride the hell out of
it. Which is how he met his missus.
That's terrible advice. Terrible advice.
No, it's good advice. Just dodge it, jump on it back, hold on to its neck, and then before you know it, you're having wild boar for dinner.
Good on you, and we can check out $1 Million Island. It starts tonight, 7 o'clock on Channel 7 and 7+. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for chatting, Ant.
Thanks, Ant.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
This is so nerve-wracking.
There's a new number one guy, and he's sitting in our studio right now.
Will he become number one in our hearts?
Well, it remains to be seen.
Well, I think he's getting close already, yes.
The new Premier of Western Australia, be upstanding, everybody. Roger Cook, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning.
So
welcome,
Nathan said
Cookie.
straight away that he loves the cut of your jib. Literally, fashion stakes are right on the mark.
You, and I'm going to say this right now, and I hope you're listening, Mark McGowan, because you've burnt me. He burnt me. He left us without saying goodbye. So I publicly, and I'll say it right now, Roger Cook, you are trendier than Mark McGowan. Your outfit today is on point, and he would not have been able to pull this off. There in your face, Mark.
So your outfit, for the record, is a blue suit with a white shirt.
Yep. Checkers, a slight check. Mark would never have done the check.
A little bit of a swish with the check.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at you go.
Yeah. So, my question, firstly, for you taking the top job was, say if Mark had decided that he wanted to step away during the middle of COVID, would you have said, yeah, no worries, I'll take over?
But, of course, I was there the whole time.
I know you were there.
My God, that was an incredible period of our lives. And,
isn't it? History.
And it's one of the people sort of say, why is he so tired? Why is he tap the mat now? So, look, well, he was the Premier during COVID.
Yes.
That was a tough gig.
It was relentless.
Because I was there day in, day out, and it was a really tough period. But because his leadership was so strong, we kept people safe and we kept our economy strong.
Yeah.
And so that was an incredible period in the state's life.
Yeah, well, Roger, for you, though, in that period, as you were mentioning, give us an idea of how your day operated, because we would watch the news every night. You'd have to get up there and
we'd see the presses and stuff, but there's a lot of meetings, I imagine.
Yeah, so after, like most of us think, you finish work at 6:30, 7 o'clock, but how did your day operate all the time, and what time do you need to get up and, deal with the day's proceedings?
Well, in those days, we'd have what we called an emergency management team meeting, 8 a.m. every day. But, of course, I'd have 2 pre-meetings prior to that to get ready for the emergency.
We love a pre-meeting.
A meeting about a meeting is the worst.
He loves it.
Oh.
And then we'd move on, obviously, working out what the decisions are, of course, but then how to communicate those decisions. And so that would follow up with a lot of work around the communications, getting ready for the press conference.
Is that why the press conferences were always late?
No, that was Mark. He was dreadful. He was always late for
always fixing his hair. You know
I love how you're just throwing him under the bus.
People keep saying what's going to change. I'm saying, the press conferences will start on time.
Yes, Roger Cook. That's what we're talking about.
I like that, Rod.
So a lot of people around the country were, shocked with Mark McGowan stepping away. But straight away, the question that's been raised around the country are we going to refer to you as our state daddy? So I don't even think it's a you decision. It's an us decision as a state. Would he be our state daddy, or would he be because the state is mum, right? So the state's our mother, and then Mark was the daddy to that. So you're now, would you be the stepdaddy? Would he be the stepdaddy?
Funny that nobody ever used the term Colin Barnett, did they? There was none of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's not a title that's automatically assumed.
No, I know.
I've got to earn it.
You can earn it. That's it. So are you open to being our daddy?
I'm happy to work on that theme.
It's just when grown adults are referring to one another as daddy, it starts to get a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it's all getting a little bit odd now.
No, it'd be great. And then when we need some money off you, we'll give us some sugar.
Yeah, that's right.
Roger, one of the things I know when people take over a position is that you walk in and you go, oh, yeah, you know about the job or whatever the case is, and that then some of the things in the fine print, you go, I snuck this one past me.
The folders start getting, stacking up.
Have you walked into a whole heap of work?
No, look, the place is in great shape, right? And I've been Mark's deputy for the entire time he was Premier, so I've had the opportunity to watch him in action, and also to be in the acting role on a number of occasions. But look, our state is in such a strong position. We've got lowest unemployment, lowest cost of living. We are continuing to expand our economy. We are still the engine room of the nation's economy. We know some people are doing it tough, so we've got to stand by them. But all things are going well, and it's a great time to take over. The other great thing is that we've got this incredible team. The Labor government's a great team. It bats deep. And so I can work with some really good people to continue on with the great policies that have got us in this position. So we're going to do more of that. And obviously I've got my own style. I've got my own priorities. But we're going to continue to make sure Western Australia stays strong. There's the strongest economy that we're going to continue to create the jobs of the future.
Now, it felt like Mark did blindside the whole state when he announced that he was stepping down. What was it like for you when you... presumably he told you before he told us.
Yeah, well, obviously he did. But look, it was a shock. It was a shock to all of us.
Yes.
I just think we all thought that Mark was going to go on forever.
Yeah.
He was so strong right up until the last minute. And so it's great that he can now sort of step back and really have a rest.
Yeah.
Spend more time with Sarah and the kids and really just, I think, contemplate the next stage of his life.
Yeah.
But he's done incredible service for this state, and it was an honour to serve as his deputy.
You've been in Parliament for a long time as well, Roger, by the way. Do you think, I can't wait till I get into the position where I can step away and just be normal in, go about my everyday?
Oh, look, I've got I'm going hard. I'm loving the opportunity. I'm really excited about the opportunity. We're going to work hard on behalf of the people.
And hopefully
of
no
Western Australia.
pandemics.
Hopefully no pandemics. So I don't want to do too many of those. But look, I've got a lot of energy. I'm ready to go. Yeah. And I've got a great team behind me. So I'm really excited about the future.
Now let's get to know you as a person, because that's who we're going to fall in love with. What does Roger like to do? What is Roger's interests? Talk to me, Roger.
I feel like I'm on some sort of dating app.
Yes,
you
are.
You are.
Essentially.
You literally are.
We're looking for a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Well, look, as Sean knows, I do a lot of endurance sports. And
running.
Physical fitness is important for me, but it's not just important for my body, it's important for my brain.
Yeah.
And I find that's what keeps me centred and grounded. So that continues to be an important part of my life. I live in Kwinana, the great K-town with Carly, and really love my life there. And, of course, in Western Australia, you have so many opportunities just to get out there and enjoy this great part of the world. I love getting on my bike and just having a look around. It's a beautiful part.
Are you a super healthy eater, or do you you'll slam a burger or something here and there?
Well, I had a beer with you, Roger, when we were up in Lake Argyle last year, so you're into it.
Yeah, no. I've been known.
Oh, that's when you gave him the nickname Roger Cook. That's all right. You showed me the photos.
Rog, what about binge watching? Are you somebody who will settle in on the couch and binge watch a show? And if so, what?
Oh, look, I don't get a huge amount of time to do that. Carly's gone heavy on Queen of the South at the moment. I woke up in the middle of the night last night. She was under the doona. She had the phone on, just streaming her guts out. It was big. It was big. Hey,
yeah, my wife does exactly the same.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, I'm sneaky little watch.
They get pleasure in
sneaky
bed.
little Netflix session.
Yeah.
I just wonder, all the wives, because there's so many out there that are watching murder shows, and you're sleeping next to these women.
I watch myself all the time.
True crime documentary. Yeah. The more murdery, the better.
Hey, Roger, with your training and you're always doing triathlons and swims and stuff like that, have you got a next thing in line? Because I was just, reading climbing mountains and stuff. And we had Ant Middleton on before. He climbed K2. But is any of that stuff in your realm?
Well, look, I've got the Perth Marathon coming up. That's later in the year. I'm going to do that. Plus, I've also committed to the Ride to Conquer Cancer. I think that's a great cycling event. Going to get stuck into that.
How far is that one?
Oh, look, it's 200 Ks over 2 days. So you ride down to Mandurah, overnight it in Mandurah, then ride back the next day. Carly and I are doing that one together. We're really excited about it.
Are you going to drag her off? Like if she's not keeping up the pace?
Well, no, she will put those skills into use then, those ones that she's learnt from
the murder ones, okay.
I would like to do something physical. Why don't you and I pledge right now to climb Wireless Hill?
That's big. That's very big.
Is it big?
No, it's not big.
Panic.
Hey, but look,
that's a good guess, though.
But I was chatting to Albo last week. You guys are going off to have dinner at the lodge.
We're leaving today. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the deal at the lodge?
I've never been there.
No, he's been Premier for a week.
But
I thought he would have his time.
But what are you doing going to the lodge when you can come down to my house in Kwinana? You can have a cup of coffee.
Well, the first residents of Western Australia in Kwinana.
We can go to the local pub, the Wellard, or the local
Pace Road Tavern, Roger.
Pace Road Tavern.
Partly owned by S. McManus.
Wow.
That's right, yeah.
I didn't even think that we could get a step higher than the lodge, but your house in Kwinana sounds like it's doing it.
It's all ahead of you.
Well, the other thing is Costco's now close to Kwinana, Roger, so we can go and do a session there.
Costco's is going off. I love it down there.
Has Carly been to Costco? She would have.
Oh, she signed us up.
Yeah. Oh, they're amazing. At the moment, I think it's $165 emergency survival kits. I don't know why we need them in Australia.
You never know, Nathan. You never know.
Okay. So are we going to have a little
official invitation?
We're going to have a little thing.
This is the official invitation. I think we've got to do this.
All right.
Bring you down.
Yes. This is exciting stuff. Do we have to bring a plate? Do you want us to bring like a salad or something?
We could go to the Wellard and I love the cheeseburgers there.
Okay, all right.
Cheeseburgers, have a beer, chips.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Okay. I'm about to whip up a trifle for your house.
That's an offer. That's an official offer.
That's a good idea.
The relationship.
So did you notice how he invited her to his house, then changed it to the Wellard?
Oh, look,
he's smart. He's smart.
You don't want to witness my cooking. That's
Wow.
Did you notice that?
I did notice that because Mark never had us over at the house, and it's sort of been a definite way to jump in our hearts, like hurdle over Mark into our hearts. Okay. You ever think about that, Ruth?
Okay, toasted cheese sandwiches at my house.
Done. We're not going to knock that back. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and it's the forging of a strong relationship.
Yes, this is exciting stuff. Thank you for everything you did during COVID as well. And well done for the top job, Rog.
Yeah, well done.
Very much.
Well done, mate.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hello, it's Lewis Capaldi here.
Lewis for Lewis. Lewis Capaldi live at RAC Arena Tuesday, July 11. Tickets on sale now at secretsounds.com.
We're about to play a round of Clueless for Lewis. All you need to do is put the clues together to figure out what we're pointing to, and you will win tickets to see Lewis Capaldi perform live at RAC Arena, plus $200 cash.
Lisa from Hillary's is our first contestant. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Hi, Lisa. You having a good morning?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, nice.
For a Monday.
Yeah.
How's it going, all right?
Yeah. We are going to be doing Clues for Lewis, where we're going to play you an audio clue, which today will lead you to a song. We're looking for a song title, okay?
Yeah, we don't care who sang it.
No.
Not important. Just the title.
Are you ready, Lisa?
Yes.
Here is your Clues for Lewis.
do it.
Lisa, what's that pointing to?
No, not sure.
No clue? All right.
No worries.
Thanks,
Thank
Lisa.
you, Lisa. We move on to Sharon in Ellenbrook. Morning, Shaz.
Hi.
Hey,
Sharon.
Sharon. So we are looking for a song title, Sharon. Are you ready for your clues for Lewis?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Milko told me to do it.
What's the song title?
I have no idea. No idea.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon.
Simon, hello.
Hard going at the top.
How's it going there?
Hey,
Good,
good song.
buddy. Okay, Simon, we're trying to make some progress on this song title.
We made none.
Yes. No, Simon's so intelligent.
He
Simon,
is.
here is your clues for Lewis.
Milko told me to do it.
Simon?
I have absolutely nothing.
All right, good time, Simon.
Are we talking to the wrong generation? Is that the problem?
Well, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, maybe Nikki knows. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, how you going?
Hey, good,
Great, Nikki. All right, same clue. We're trying to give away Lewis Capaldi tickets here, looking for a song title.
Milko told me to do it.
Oh, no.
What do you think, Nick?
Sorry. Nothing. Sorry.
Nothing.
No.
Whole lot of nothing.
Just to reiterate, it's not a Lewis Capaldi song.
No.
Although if he did sing this,
He would
job.
actually
He
do
would
it
do a
good.
great job,
He would
wouldn't he?
commit to it, wouldn't he, Nat?
The other thing is we've got a plane to catch today, so try and just try to...
Danks,
get us
hello.
closer.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Danks.
Danks.
All right, so you're about to hear an audio clue, right? And that is going to lead you to the title of a very well-known classic song.
Here we go.
Milko told me to do it.
Danks, what's the song?
Oh, my God, I have no idea. I'm just going to say milkshakes, just so I can say something.
Thank you for
Okay,
having a
thank
guess.
you. Yes, thanks for
We
saying
appreciate
something.
you're not right, but we love you for
Okay,
it.
5 down.
I really want to talk at this point about Khalees dating Bill Murray, but we'll have to park that.
That's not
the weirdest
insane.
the weirdest news I've ever heard.
And also, because I heard that he can be a little bit difficult,
I know.
too. So it's like,
I know.
anyway.
Yeah, Khalees and Bill Murray, yes.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes.
Amanda, hello.
He was one of the boys that went to the yard.
Right.
Amanda, hello.
Hiya.
Hi, Amanda.
Right, Amanda.
Yeah, no.
Same clue.
Yeah.
We're looking for a song
A
title.
classic song.
Milko told me to do it.
Amanda, what do you think it might be?
I have no idea.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
Thank you
Amanda.
for playing, Amanda.
Seems to be the common response this morning.
I know. Nikki, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Great,
Nikki,
Nikki.
you're up and about. That leads us to think you're positive about the answer.
Mate, how did nobody get it so far?
Okay, well, let's have
okay.
your clues for Lewis first. Here we go.
Milko told me to do it.
And now, of course, the correct answer from Nikki is...
Is it horses by, is it Daryl Braithwaite?
The incorrect answer from Nikki was...
Horses.
Nikki, I love
Well, you're kind of in
your
the ballpark
confidence.
of areas. There's something
Sort
that can
of.
help us.
Well,
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you know...
Christy,
Yes.
hello.
Yes.
Hello?
Hi,
Christy,
Hi, Christy.
are you going to say something bold like, I can't believe no one's got it?
I can't believe no one's got it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now
Well,
we're
here's your
talking.
clues for Lewis.
Milko told me to do it.
And, of course, the winning song title is, Christy...
It's Mustang Sally.
Yes! That, of course, is Sally Fletcher from Home and Away at the end. They're our own
Yep.
Kate Ritchie.
Yeah, and Mustang, that was...
Yes.
Yeah.
The hoof's running and,
And
also
the
the
car.
car.
Pretty obvious, wasn't it, Christy? You've won tickets to watch Lewis Capaldi perform live at RAC Arena July 11, plus $200 cash. Well done, Christy.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
I know.
No, well done.
Yes.
Did you know that right from the start, Christy?
Like straight away, I heard the car and the horses, and I was like, "Oh, Mustang." And then when I heard Sally Fletcher's voice, like that's the only time I watched Home and Away when I was young.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
yes.
Milko.
Nailed it.
Milko. Remember, Milko was an imaginary guy, and then we found out he was real.
It was like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they should bring him back.
Yes,
Yes, shouldn't they? All right, well played, Christy. That's how it's done, everybody. We're going to be playing Clueless for Lewis again tomorrow morning.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here because we got a plane to Canberra to catch.
Yes, we do.
Well, Nathan's got to buy some gloves. So that's the main thing.
Like, literally, I was at the shops the other day, and while I was there, like, thinking I've got to buy stuff for Canberra, in my mind the whole time is, you're not climbing Everest. You're not climbing Everest. Because we're looking at how cold it is there, and we're like, you're thinking, like, thermal underwear and everything.
Yeah.
But now I found out that Natalie and Amy are wearing gloves, and now I'm envious.
We've both got gloves that we bought in Florence.
Oh, I don't have Florence gloves.
Yeah.
But there was
cashmere-lined leather gloves.
But I saw these leather gloves when I was at Maya the other day, and I was like, I should get myself some leather gloves. And I said, no, don't be an idiot. Who's going to wear gloves? And now you two are wearing gloves.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you leave the gloves.
It's
bring that
warmed
leather mask you got.
Because
Bring
it's
that.
currently 5.9 degrees in Canberra, but it feels like 4.9.
Well,
and it's 11 o'clock there.
Sean wants to know why the balaclava I'm wearing has a zip for a mouth.
No, he knows.
Well, I know.
He knows. Hello, Ross.
Hi, Ross.
Howdy, guys. How are we?
Well, how
Good.
do you reckon it'll go down, Ross? Do you reckon there'll be any shenanigans?
Yeah, well, as I said earlier, you'd want like a list of topics to cover.
No.
But that's not what you guys do. You guys just kind of
and
Are you serious?
fly by the
What
seat
are you
of
going
your
to take
pants.
conversation starters?
And we've got no agenda either.
No, that's right.
I hear that there was some Mark McGowan spotting.
I was on air on Sunday. I talked to the Casanovas here in the hallways, and they said they're in Rockingham giving out the free stuff, right? Yeah. And Mark McGowan was there, and he came up to them. He was wearing a cap and sunnies, and they didn't recognise him.
Oh,
and
wow.
so Casanova Byron's like, do you want to spin the wheel?
So did he spin the wheel?
He spun the wheel. He won a voucher.
Well, he's out of office now. He can claim that stuff.
Doesn't have to declare it.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.